Good morning. I hope everybody's doing really, really well this morning. I am getting eaten up by skeeters. It is that time. So I'm really, really excited today. We've got to do a lot of things different today, but number one, and I just have to say it, my very, very good friend who is normally watching this meditation every morning is in labor. So I'm super excited that she's going to have her little baby Gwen. And so sending her so much love right now, just wrapping her up so big. And yeah, you don't want to do it that way.
I know, but I can't.
That's okay, so just give it to me today, and we'll do it the other way tomorrow. We're working on creating a few new things here in terms of filming. Not too much that will affect you, but in the meantime, we're excited about little baby Gwen being born, and be kind today and always, whatever it is that we're doing, because that is what we need more of in this world. Lots more of that. And I'm going to continue to post these on YouTube, so I will say go ahead and like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I will put the link up so that you know where to go for that. As soon as we hit a certain number of subscribers, we get to do a few more things. You know, they incentivize you to be successful. It's great. So we're here again in the bird sanctuary this morning, if you couldn't tell already, which I'm excited about. I love the birds. They're nice. And what you can't see, little behind the scenes, is that I have this what do you call those kinds of candles? You know, the kinds that keep the mosquitoes away. It's that one. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. The kinds that keep the mosquitoes away. So hopefully that works. Otherwise I'm going to be itching everywhere the whole time. So I'm happy to have you, dear. Here. Dear? You know, both. I'm happy to have you here, my dear. And happy to be with you today. Today is a really, really great day for so many reasons. But I'd say one of the reasons why today is a great day is I got to talk to my coach yesterday, which was so awesome. I had just so much release and such a reminder of love. And one of the things that I love most about the reflection and the mirror that she holds to me is, as always, she brings things back to such simplicity. And it's such a reminder to love ourselves right now where we're at. Love ourselves right now where we're at. We get in a habit of, because we already think we're not enough. Most of us really struggle with that. And so we get in a habit of, the language and the thought patterns that are repeating are, when I get to this, or when I accomplish this, or when I feel this way, then I will love myself. Then I will have more confidence. Then I will be good enough. Instead of really loving ourselves right now, right where we're at, with the challenges that we have, whatever they are, inside of our shadow and our light, inside of whatever space we're in and whatever season we're in, that it's not about trying to get somewhere else so that we can then be happy or then good enough. It's about appreciating that you are already there right now. And one of the things that I love about meditation is, I think, especially in the beginning, guided meditation is really important, because otherwise our brain already has routes carved out. It has routes carved out that it is going to travel, ways that it is going to think, thought patterns that it will continue to pull up. So for example, if we are in the habit of thinking negatively about ourselves, we're going to do that. And if we sit down and carve out some time, we're going to spend some very specific time repeating those negative thought patterns. Or we'll get the brain, we call it monkey brain or monkey mind, and that's where just the brain starts thinking about all the things it needs to do. Well, the whole point is to be present. The whole point is to practice present moment awareness. And the whole point is to create that awareness and those insights in your present so that you are actually living in that right now. not as if it's something off in the future that you're trying to get to in order to feel or be a certain way. And so guided meditation can be really helpful because it allows us to sort of take our brain and our thoughts to places where we want to go instead of continually repeating those negative thought loops or those patterns. Hopefully that makes sense. And so guided meditation is a really powerful way to do that, especially in the beginning, because the truth is if we don't have a great practice of sitting down and being able to concentrate and focus our thought, which most of us don't. I mean, my gosh, look at how much of us spend time on TVs or electronics, phones, computers, whatever it is, and we're literally bouncing from one thing to the next. So we've become a culture that has a very, very difficult time concentrating on one thing. I mean, I can think back to just when I was much, much younger, like a lot younger. And I would be sitting, and I had a tough time maybe focusing, but I think about us in general. We would be sitting focusing on one thing at a time for a long time. Now we're bombarded with things everywhere, an advertisement for this, got to do that, whatever it is. So I think that what you doing?
Sunshade.
Oh, so I think that being able to practice focusing is huge. And so that's the whole point. The whole point is to be able to be present and to be able to, let me scoot here because now I am super not center on this thing. So the whole point is to be able to practice present moment awareness, but also to be intentional with our thought. If we're not intentional with our thought, then we are practicing thought patterns and loops that we don't want to practice. And so I think something that's really important is to rehearse. People call it visualization, and if you don't like the term visualization, mental practice or mental rehearsal, that's exactly what it is, because that's what we're doing every single day, is we are rehearsing. What we're rehearsing is of great importance. And if it's those negative thought patterns, if it's fear, whatever it is that we don't really want to get really good at or stay good at, we have to begin practicing something different. And the importance of rehearsing our mental loops is that whatever we practice a lot of, we do get really good at. And whatever we're really good at, we're going to do over and over again. Think of how good it feels to do something that you're really good at, and how frustrating it is to do something that you're not good at. That's simple. Naturally, the body, the mind is going to lean into doing what it already knows how to do until we teach it something different. And so the important thing about the mental rehearsal that we have now is we want to get good at changing the way that this mind operates. We want to get good at visualizing, not someday when we have something, but right now. And furthermore, we don't want to love ourselves conditionally by saying, when I get here or when I have this, that's when I'll love myself. No, right now, right where you're at, whatever season you're in, however challenging it is, however beautiful it is, that's when we are deserving of love. But most of us really struggle with that, myself included. We really struggle with loving ourselves right where we're at. If we're not doing it perfectly or exactly how we think it needs to be done, oftentimes we feel quite unlovable. So today, I really want to focus on what it looks like to just love ourselves right now, right where we're at. It's okay, in fact, it's necessary to become aware of the things that we want to improve and change. But it's also necessary to give ourselves a deep amount of love now. It's the notion of more love that I teach. When people are at their worst or they're really struggling, they don't need less love, they need more love. When somebody's inside of anger, when somebody is inside of disdain or blame or judgment, they don't need less love, they need more love. When somebody makes a mistake and now they're sitting and feeling a lot of shame, they don't need less love, they need more love. when our bodies aren't where we want them to be in this physical realm, and we constantly have this goal of improving it or wanting it to be better, not only do we need to learn to love it right now, right where we're at, but we also don't need less love. We need more love. When people are inside of their own struggle and they're pointing fingers at us, or they're aiming their frustration or their anger at us, they don't need less love. They need more love. And so we too are the same. So there's that balance again on this path of striving, but also this balance of loving ourselves right where we're at. It's the understanding that at that frequency of deep acceptance and love, that's where we move and grow from. It's very difficult to grow from a space of self-loathing. It's very difficult to deeply despise ourselves, and yet, or even a part of ourselves. Some people will say, well, I like this about me, but I don't like this. Yeah, well, that's still a part of you. So if you despise something of you, you are despising yourself in a way. And so it's very difficult to do anything that we would feel is motivating or good for us if we're despising ourselves. So today really is about getting to that space of loving me right now, right where I'm at, not conditionally, not when I get to a certain space, not when I finally achieve a certain something, right now, just appreciating myself right now. And if that's true, I think about things like, can you imagine a child and discouraging them and telling them how horrible they are? Are they really going to feel motivated to do better? Is breaking them down really actually going to be what motivates them to be amazing? It's kind of like, do we need to break someone down to build them up? Or can we immediately start elevating people? Can we immediately start elevating ourselves? And doesn't it feel better at a higher level? That's encouraging and motivating to me. It's like when people acknowledge something good in you and you're like, oh, I guess I didn't even think about that, or I didn't see that. And all of a sudden, you're standing up a little taller, you're feeling a little better, and so you're choosing things differently. That's because when we change in here, we show up differently out here. So I think it's really, really important to really love ourselves right now, right where we're at. So that's what today's about. So again, I'll attach the link, hop onto my YouTube, like the video, and subscribe. And let's get into our meditation. So as always, open-handed, open-hearted today, sitting up nice and tall. And get rid of all your distractions for a minute. Put them down for a second, just be present. If we can't do that now, how can we expect to do it in life in any area? How can we expect to put our focus and our energy and our love all in one direction? That's another part of discipline, is the practice of doing something with our full attention, 100%, with the intention of getting everything out of it that we possibly can. So by the time we're done with it, we can say, I really did put all of my effort in. We are in alignment with integrity. All right. So let us begin our meditation today. Open-handed, open-hearted. Deep breathing we're going to begin with to really bring ourselves present, but also to really open ourselves up, to bring the heart rate down, to bring those stress levels down, to bring the body into alignment and into a space of receptivity. Breathe deeply in. Full 6 seconds in, breathing, expanding. The whole point is to be present. And exhale, letting go. Very good. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting go. With each and every breath, slowing everything down, tuning everything out. Breathing deeply in. Focusing on being right here, right now. Controlling your breath. intentionally strengthening the ability to just breathe and be present. It's an incredibly useful technique inside of stressful times. Just breathe and just be right here. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting it go. Take 2 more big, deep breaths, full, expand, and open. Just being present. Really just allowing everything else to fade away, but just to become so present here. Breathe deeply in. Exhale, letting it all go. As always, let us do our work today. Let us share this time and this gift in a bed of gratitude. So just envisioning the space where you sit, layered in gratitude, that you are sitting upon the most beautiful space, gratitude everywhere, and begin to fill yourself with gratitude as well, just with what you can choose to be grateful for in this moment, only if you are truly grateful for it. Authentic gratitude. Very good, and let's open up now with that third eye or the top of the head, the chakra, that crown chakra really opening up. The visualization of being willing to receive insights, being willing to grow our awareness. Be open to what you learn today that you can take into the folds of your everyday. Good, breathe deeply in, and let's begin with our body scan. Beginning at the top of your head, notice any tension, any tightness, any stress in the head. If there is any headache or pain that you are aware of in your head, just become aware of it. Ask for the insights and the awareness. If it is communicating anything, moving down the body into the neck and the shoulders, as we are sitting very upright and tall with our shoulders back. Notice if there's any tension or stress. Am I carrying far more than I need to be in life? Am I stressed? Am I shrugging? Am I tense? Am I restrictive and fearful, and therefore it is difficult for my body to relax? Moving down the body into the arms, allowing the arms to just rest. Just noticing as you do your body scan what comes up for you. Just become aware, let the body teach. As we move down the body into the chest, as you breathe deeply in, expanding in your diaphragm and then your chest, do you notice that it is easy to expand and open? Are we carrying tightness there? How are your lungs? How is your heart? As we move down the body into the midsection and the low back, really tuning in. What is the body communicating to you? What are you noticing? Is everything working in concert to create wholeness? As we move down the body into the hips, do we notice any tension, restriction? Are we carrying any pain, tightness? from squeezing? Do we notice restriction? Are we feeling very uprooted and chaotic in our lives? Are we repeating patterns that create more chaos? Because we are foundationally unstable. Maybe our emotions are unstable because they're attached to our roots, they're attached to our past, or attached to our beliefs. And finally, as we move down the body into the legs, the knees, the feet, what is your body communicating to you now? Breathe deeply in. Today, I want to love me right where I am at. Today, I love myself with all of my flaws, with all of my imperfections, with all of my struggles. In spite of my judgment, my criticism, my self-loathing, and my blame on others, today I love myself right where I am at. Inside of my frustration, anger, even in spaces of victimhood, today I love myself right where I am at. Just notice what comes up for you throughout your meditation today. Always gently guide your thoughts towards what we want to create. Do I notice that I give myself conditional love? That I'm lovable when I create success on some levels, but unlovable when I struggle? What is my struggle really communicating to me? What is my impatience really communicating to me? What is my frustration with myself communicating to me? Am I choosing certain thoughts, certain patterns to really affirm the belief that I'm not good enough? Do I perpetuate unhealthy relationships because that aligns with me being undeserving of love? Do I keep people away because I have a belief that everything falls apart, so there's no point to creating something that is beautiful? Do I keep telling myself, when I get here, when I do this, then I'll feel better? When I start this, when I accomplish this, then I'll feel better. This is a deep indicator of conditional love. Where am I giving myself conditional love? What would it feel like to love myself now? What would it feel like to choose acceptance and love right where I'm at? To wrap myself up with more love, even inside of my shortcomings. What is the feeling that comes up? What do I become more aware of? What would happen if I loved others around me, even inside of their challenges, instead of held judgment and criticism? How would they feel just being wrapped up, loved unconditionally? How would I feel if others loved me through my struggles, believed in me through my struggles? What comes up when you think about loving yourself right where you're at, even being aware of all of the imperfections, all of the unwanted practices? What comes up when you think about really wrapping yourself up? Do I have negative self-talk? Do I resist compliments? Do I resist gifts and love from others? Do I constantly remark how something isn't good enough about myself or in my life? Just notice if it's difficult to really have joy and appreciate joy if we're constantly repeating negative self-talk. How would it feel to simply accept myself right where I'm at today? Today I am good enough. Today my body is beautiful right where I'm at, and I deserve to be loved and to love myself. From a space of loving myself, I will grow to be better each and every day. Today, inside of my relationships, I will love myself, and that means I will listen to what I need. I will honor and validate how I feel. And I won't choose out of obligation, but only out of gratitude. Today, I'm going to appreciate my work, whatever that is, or if I have time in between spaces, appreciating the opportunity. Grateful that I have this time for what it is. Going to love myself right now, right where I'm at. Today I am abundant. I don't need anything to become abundant. I am abundant. I have plenty. I have more than enough within and plenty around me to support me. Today I am abundant. My practice is ever growing, and it is good enough right where it's at today. My commitment to the quiet and to listening is good enough right where it's at. I'm going to love myself right here in this season along the way. And from that space of love, I will continue to grow. What comes up when I think about appreciating myself right now where I'm at? What comes up when I think about loving this part of the journey just as much as any other part? Today I am good enough. Today I am going to love myself and appreciate myself. Today I choose gratitude. Today I am enough, right where I'm at. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting go. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting go. Breathe deeply in. Attune to our awareness present in this moment. Exhale, letting go. Breathe deeply in. And let it go. Do 2 more big deep breaths. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting it go. Very good. Last one. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting it go. Woo-wee. Beautiful one today. Just as we wrap up, a train coming through. That's how I feel today. Like a train coming through. I hope this was beautiful for you today. I hope it really helps you to mentally rehearse in ways of growing awareness and then creating what we really want. We first must become aware of what's happening within us that we do not like, that we do not want. And then we must become aware of what we really do want. And that's what we have to rehearse every single day over and over again. Most of us really struggle with that because what we're struggling with is this old existing belief of not being good enough, and the many experiences in our lives that we keep replaying over and over again that affirm to us that we are not good enough. We have to start rehearsing the opposite over and over and over again. And this is the only way we really practice existing in a space of self-love. Love enough to truly expand. In other words, we can't keep repeating to ourselves over and over again in our head that we're not good enough and expect ourselves to show up differently in life. So, as always, just a reminder to take the time to rehearse what's important and to rehearse what helps us to grow. And that's the way we want to be right now. Not hoping that we're going to arrive somewhere someday, and not replaying all of the moments of our past or revisiting the past. Either of those keeps us stuck anywhere but the best place, and that's the present, and that's all we have. So we have to really rehearse in the present in a way that says, I am good enough right now. So I hope you have an amazing day today, and I would love to hear. Katie says, loving myself is something I struggle with today. This has helped me loving myself. This is a start to that journey. I love that. It is. It's an awareness, and we have to become aware. Most of us are so inside of negative thought loops that we don't even know it. It's so common to us. And so the idea of actually existing in a different space within ourselves is foreign until it's not, until we change that, until you get so clear on what it means to know your worth. And when you get so clear on that, then you're able to really live in such a way. It's not the other way around. It's not arriving somewhere so that we are deserving of some level of worthiness. It is knowing our worth now. And because we fill up with that knowing, then we live our lives completely differently. That's how this works. I would love to hear What came up for you? What awareness do you have about maybe some negative thought patterns that you are thinking? And what are you going to do to love yourself now? I hope you have a beautiful day today. And as always, I hope you know, most importantly of all, I hope you know your worth.